My name is Ben Kump. I'm the owner of Legacy Fitness Coaching. And in this video, I want to explain my whole entire process and progression of from the very start to who I am now, the 21-year-old six-figure business owner in the best shape of my life, feeling and looking the best I ever have. Again, I want to take you through that whole process, all my failures, all my successes, my mistakes, all of it. So let's get into it. This is how I regained my athletic identity and improved my business while getting into the best shape of my life. This here on the left is when I was 15 years old. I've got my learner's driver's permit there in my phone case. And this here in the middle is what I look like now, the person I am today, the 21-year-old business owner. And I did all this by using the athlete entrepreneur framework without sacrificing time for my business, without spending hours in the gym, and without restrictive diets that didn't fit my lifestyle. First off, a couple transformations. This year on the left is my boy Matt. He's the senior application engineer at Rocket Mortgage. And 6 months was all it took for Matt to drop 46 pounds of excess body fat, gain 15 pounds of muscle mass, boost his confidence, and totally transform his lifestyle. When he initially came to me, he said, Ben, I've got a business conference and presentation that I'm going to talk to in front of, hundreds of people in 2 months. And I'm very self-conscious about my stomach and how it sticks out of my shirt, out of the shirt that they told me I need to wear when I'm up there on the stage. And so I said, all right, let's get to work, right? Let's drop that belly fat as much as we can. In 2 months, he put a challenge on me for sure, right? But in 2 months, we did amazing, amazing things. He felt confident when he was speaking up there. He crushed the presentation. And this here, 4 months later, is his 6 month transformation. Absolutely incredible. Got into the best shape of his life at 46 years old. And now 13 months later, he's still working with me today, right? Continuing to learn and fortify those healthy habits to continue to get into the best shape of his life. This here in the middle is Michael. He's the owner of Neurodiagnostics of West Lafayette LLC. He's an adult healthcare practitioner and a Purdue University professor, right? So 73 years old, doing all of these things still, doing amazing and proving to me every single day that age is just simply a number. Again, he proves that to me every single day by what he does. But with a background in wrestling, he always had that champion mentality, right? But COVID unfortunately took a hit on his mental health and on his physical health. And so when he came to me, all he wanted to do was just get back to himself before COVID happened, right? That's all he wanted. And so what we found out is that we would quickly surpass these goals and expectations very, very quickly. Mike is now 73 years old, 8.8% body fat, 182 pounds at 6 feet tall, an absolute beast, and proving to me that you can do anything you put your mind to, despite no matter what your age is, how old you are. Kyle here on the right, don't worry, I won't be going through all of these. I just want to go through these three. But Kyle here on the right is the founder of Programmed Living Home Automation based out in Scottsdale, Arizona. Kyle was struggling to find time to focus on his health while running his multi-million-dollar business. As simple as that. A lot of entrepreneurs have this problem, right? He had poor nutrition, barely got any sleep at night, and had constant low back pain, right? With his job, part of it is he's up on ladders, right? Installing things on roofs, on houses. And so his lower back has taken a toll and gotten injured and painful over the years. And so after our work, Kyle was able to lose 26 pounds, drastically improve his energy levels, eliminate that back pain, which was definitely the most fulfilling part of his transformation for me personally, but also form a simple and effective nutrition system and exercise framework to continue to integrate his health into his lifestyle as a busy business owner. You guys can check out the rest of these amazing transformations, but I really wanted to go through those three quickly with you all. Moving forward, a couple testimonials. Again, make sure you guys watch these, talking about their transformations, their experiences inside Legacy Fitness Coaching, working one-on-one with me. But now I want to tell you a little bit about my personal journey, right? So I grew up playing soccer and practicing Taekwondo martial arts, if you've ever heard of it. Eventually, I chose to fully pursue soccer, but at one point I was doing both at the same time, right? And I always demanded excellence from myself, and I strive to be the greatest at everything that I did in life, no matter what it was. Right here on the left, this is when I was probably about 7, 8 years old. Um, After a tournament in Taekwondo, right, getting those medals, getting that hardware, but again, demanding excellence, no matter what it was. I always wanted to be the best, and I had kids in my Taekwondo classes, years older than me, but I didn't care. I wanted to be the best, no matter what. Obviously, I was doing both soccer and Taekwondo at the same time, but eventually, at 11 years old, after I got my black belt in Taekwondo, I decided to fully pursue soccer, right? And I loved it. I love soccer. It's obviously my favorite sport. And growing up as an athlete allowed me to develop a phenomenal mindset and unbreakable discipline, attributes and characteristics that will continue to last with me for the rest of my life, simply because I grew up in that athlete environment, being a competitive athlete, always demanding more from myself and performing at my highest level. Of course, I wanted to be a professional soccer player when I grew up, but unfortunately, that was not my path. It didn't happen like I wanted it to. So, what I did was I stepped into the entrepreneur world, becoming a business owner, right? So when I became an entrepreneur and started my business, I knew I'd be successful since day one because of my background as an athlete. Simple as that. Not from being physically capable, physically athletic from my past, but from the mindset that I created being an athlete for the last 15 plus years, right? So I knew I was going to be successful going into entrepreneurship because of my background as an athlete. And I was right. I launched my coaching business, and within the first year of being an entrepreneur, I saw success and knew this is what I wanted to do with my life, being fulfilled every single day. But it looked like everything was great on the outside, but I didn't feel like myself. I wanted to be the successful business owner, but not by sacrificing everything that made me me. I was skipping my workouts to work more on my business again. Entrepreneurs think there needs to be a trade-off. In order to have great health, they need to work less on their business for more time for their health. It doesn't have to be a trade-off like that. It's all about integration. But at this point in time, I didn't know it yet, right? So I was skipping my workouts to work more on my business, eating poorly out of convenience, whatever I could eat whenever I had time, and broke into bad habits that I'd never done in the past. My mindset was broken. I got soft, and I noticed myself starting to shy away from challenges, right? Growing up as an athlete, always, I was just demanding more from myself, looking, searching for challenges to prove to myself that I was the person that I wanted to be, if that makes sense. I always wanted to be the best, and I wasn't afraid of failure because I knew that if I failed, that if I made a mistake and I didn't succeed, I was always going to get up one more time until I eventually succeeded. But at this point in time, again, I was shying away from those challenges. And you may be looking at this picture here and say, Ben, you weren't even out of shape, right? But this is the most out of shape I've been in years. And it's at the end of the day, we're all in competition with ourselves, right? So for me personally, at this point in time, this was me when I felt my worst. And that looks different for everybody else, for different people. Even though the business side was doing well, I still didn't feel fulfilled. I still didn't feel like I was optimizing my life to its full potential due to breaking into those old habits, due to a lack of self respect, and due to a lack of personal structure. Creating the athlete entrepreneur framework, right? So I was in the lowest point of my life. I was losing myself. I felt like I was losing the athlete within me. And so I knew I needed to make a change. I got to work, setting non negotiables each day for my health while working on my business, rebuilding my self discipline, and reconstructing my routine each day for business and fitness. And through trial and error, stressful nights, chaotic days, striving to build the best system to integrate my health in my life once again as an entrepreneur, I found it. I found the system that works for me. Becoming the best version of myself, man. Finally feeling like myself again, the most confident, disciplined, hardworking, and success-driven version of myself, integrating my health improvement with the growth of my business, looking great, of course, feeling the best I ever have, and making the most I ever have by doing what I love to do. All while my clients are also becoming the best version of themselves, running my business at the same time as changing my own life and improving and getting back to the best version of myself. I'm not going to go through all these messages, but these were some of the ones that my clients sent me during that time in my life. My lifestyle now, obviously, I've got structure. That was definitely something and the most important part of this whole process. Creating a structure and framework that will keep showing me results as long as I follow it, and sharing the structure with others. Confidence, of course, rebuilding and fortifying my identity into the person I'm supposed to be. The high confidence, unbreakable discipline, and the constant demand for excellence, no matter what we're talking about, whatever aspect of life. And of course, passion, fulfilling my purpose and pursuing my passion of inspiring, motivating, guiding others to become the best versions of themselves through their own health. Without routine, there was no success. I went from athlete to entrepreneur, and it was the framework I created that was crucial to be able to link the two together. I have an opportunity for you. The truth is, you don't need more discipline or information. Everybody knows that you have to eat healthy to get a great physique. You have to exercise and how important that is. You have to get good sleep at night. Everybody knows all of the information. You don't need more discipline, because if that was the case, you'd already be in the best shape of your life, right? But what if I told you that it is possible, that you can actually implement this same framework that I followed into your own life? Be held accountable, and work side along a like-minded team to achieve amazing results. Not trying to get into the best shape of your life on your own, right? It's the hardest thing ever, because you're trying to do all these things on your own, making mistakes that other people have already gone through, and that can help you expedite the process, get you there as fast as possible, and as efficient and effective. This is for people who want to look like the leader that you are, right? Your presence speaks before you do. As people, as humans, we make judgments based on our first glance at somebody, just based on what they look like, right? It's a sad reality, but it's reality. That's just how things work and how we work as humans. It's not just about your appearance, it's about the way your body reflects your discipline, your standards, and the level of control you have over your life. The physique you have is a physical representation of what is in your mind and the amount of discipline that you have. And I will stand by that for the rest of my life. If this is for people who want that mental clarity and sharpness, when you control your health inputs, you receive the best outputs, like faster decisions, steady mood, a clear mind, and higher performance every single day. People who want to regain your identity like I once did. You've been in the best shape, or you've been in shape before. You know how amazing it feels and how it changes your life just by simply having great health. It's time to regain that self identity for yourself. This is for people who want top tier confidence. It's very simple. When you look great, you feel great. And when you feel great, you do great things. Confidence is a success multiplier. This is for people who want to gain that competitive edge back once again. In order to outperform every single entrepreneur in your same industry, you must build a level of discipline, energy, accountability that gives you an unfair advantage every single day against your competition, having that edge because of your health. Want structured momentum. This one is very, very simple. When you have real structure and routine, success is inevitable, and it only compounds over time. When you establish that framework, you see instant results and build sustainable momentum. So that's for who it's for. But this isn't for you if you're satisfied. If you're satisfied with the way you look and feel, good for you. This is not for you then, right? If you're looking for a quick fix, long lasting results don't come overnight. It takes time, dedication, and commitment. So if you just want a quick fix, you want a quick 6-pack abs for the summer to look great at the beach, this is not for you. If you're hesitant, you should know exactly what you want in life. If you're on the fence, I simply and respectfully don't want to work with you. I want you to be committed. I want you to know and say, Ben, yes, This is what I want. This is what I've been wanting for so long. I'm committed. I'm ready. If you're hesitant, that's okay. You're not ready to jump into this and commit. And again, if you just want abs, this isn't about abs or having bigger biceps. It's about true health, longevity, and transformation for your life and for your business to perform better in entrepreneurship. So that's for who this is for and who it isn't for. Why you're currently failing. Number one, which was what I was struggling with most, is structure. You know what to do, but you don't have a real system or structure in place to actually be consistent. You're not even keeping track of your nutrition, your training, your sleep, your mental health, or good health practices, which all require proper and personalized structure. Everybody's a little bit different. Obviously, the health principles are always the same for us humans biologically, but again, everyone is just a little bit different, and that requires personalized structure and routine. The second reason is accountability, right? You are your own boss as an entrepreneur, but who keeps you accountable? When there's no one setting the standard or expecting more from you, it's easy to let things slip, especially with your health as a founder. And number three, simple, man. Ego is too big. Everyone acts like their health is already dialed in. Um, and that there's nothing more to improve for themselves, right? But that mindset is exactly what keeps you stuck in the place that you are now. When you think you've already figured everything out, you stop growing while everyone else keeps progressing and eventually passes you because they keep an open mind. They're always trying to learn, trying to improve, rather than thinking, yeah, I'm already doing great. I've already got stuff dialed in. Ego's a little bit too big. The biggest lie. Once the business settles down, I'll make more of an effort for my health. This is the biggest lie that you are telling yourself. The business is never going to settle down. You don't want it to settle down. You want it to continue to grow and scale. You want a way that you can integrate them both, supporting each other, your health and your business. Health isn't something that should compete with your business, if that makes sense. It's unsustainable, right? It's going to drive you crazy if you let it. If you're trying to integrate your health with your business, you'll hit a wall. You'll stop seeing progress like you did at the start. And this will just add even more stress onto your life that you really don't need. Done for you. Work with someone who has already gone through the struggles and mistakes. Simple as that. Someone who is in the spot that you already want to be in, and someone who understands how to establish this health framework into a busy schedule. Work with someone who knows exactly what adjustments need to be made for constant progress while you continue to make the adjustments for your business. And strategy here for number four, all you have to do is walk the path that we pave for you. Simple as that. Just be prepared for high energy levels, clear focus and attention, and true confidence that drives success. Let's go into the six fundamentals to your best health as an entrepreneur, right? The six fundamentals that are going to get you into the best shape of your life as a founder. Number one, the most important one, right, is that personalized nutrition system. With adaptive meal plans, you need an exact nutrition system to actually follow that was built for you and is catered toward your body and your goals personally. Again, I said everybody's a little bit different. And if you want to make amazing results for yourself, it's going to require personalized structure, completely tailored to you, because what works for me or what works for somebody else is not going to work for you, your lifestyle, and your preferences. Entrepreneur guidelines. We create you a meal plan designed specifically for busy entrepreneurs. It includes flexible food options and simple guidelines so you can stay consistent whether you're working long days, eating out with clients at restaurants. That's a common one. Or another common one is out traveling, right? It doesn't matter your situation. It doesn't matter what industry you're in, right? It's that entrepreneur guidelines and framework to follow to give you the best possible results. I always tell my clients, I don't want to give you some super strict meal plan, something that, if you don't eat this for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you're not going to get the results. I hate that. If someone were to tell me that, I would not be as in love with fitness as I am, right? Because I had to eat the same shit every day. It doesn't have to be like that. You can have options as long as you have those guidelines and boundaries to keep within getting you the best results. Number two, tailored exercise regimen. You don't need to find 2 hours a day, 7 days a week to be able to work out properly and make results with your body. It doesn't have to require those 2 hours a day, 7 days a week, 14 hours in the gym every single week. All it takes is 3 days a week with 40 to 50-minute workouts, only spending, 2.5 hours in the week, a week in the gym, so that you can continue to prioritize the business as much as possible. You don't need to be working out for so long each day. That's not what is going to stimulate growth, while feeling stronger and looking the best you have because of those intense short workouts, keeping everything efficient and effective. The perfect workout plan. We create you the perfect workout plan that actually syncs with your schedule, keeping things as efficient and effective as possible, like I just said. With those intense, low volume, real workouts, these are what's going to make you feel like you again and enjoying the process. A lot of people have actually told me in the past, I know that exercise and strength training in the gym is important, but I just find it so boring, right? And that's simply because you haven't found the right training style that you enjoy. I love going to the gym each day. I look forward to it every single week. But that's because I found the style that I personally love. So enjoying the process. I don't just want to make you I don't just want to have you make progress, but I want you to enjoy the entire process overall. Number three, like-minded community. The biggest mistake I see entrepreneurs make is they think it all needs to be done alone. And this is completely wrong, right? Your health journey and your entrepreneurial career, it does not need to be done solo. And that's what a lot of entrepreneurs think. Connecting with others that go through the same struggles as you, keeping each other accountable so that everyone succeeds. You know what it feels like to have genuine support around you, how much easier it is when others are striving for greatness with you. When you've got that support, results happen twice as fast. Everybody's keeping each other accountable and pushing each other to be greater. Number four, relentless accountability. If you don't see progression and growth throughout your life, it means there's a lack of accountability, that constant progression. When I tried to do everything on my own, I was overwhelmed and I got too comfortable. And there's only one solution to this. You need someone to keep you accountable, pick you up when you fall, and call you out when you're slacking off. The best way to achieve your goals is to immerse yourself among others who have already done it, or others who share the same desires as you, because that way success is inevitable, because everyone is focused on one singular goal together, right? But how are you going to integrate this? I host weekly group calls in addition to one-on-one calls to make sure you are actually and exactly where you need to be every single step of the way. This isn't your average video program, right? It's a full community that works together and is going to completely change your life. Number five, routine reconstruction, such an important one. The custom workout program and the tailored meal plan, they mean absolutely nothing if they don't fit into your real life and your lifestyle. Without the right structure in place, even the best plans fall apart. And that's why I go deeper than just workouts and nutrition, right? I fully analyze your current schedule, your daily responsibilities, and how your workday actually flows. Then I help reconstruct your entire routine so that health fits naturally into your life as an entrepreneur. The goal is to create a routine that is actually simple, effective, and efficient so that training, nutrition, recovery, and work, it all fits together instead of competing for your time. When the structure is right, consistency becomes automatic and progress becomes inevitable. Number six, simple premium access to me, right? Direct access. By joining my program, you gain direct access to my knowledge, experience, my expertise. You'll be able to ask questions, get clarity when you need it, and request additional guidance or resources to help you continue progressing personally to you, as well as enhanced support, receive personalized support and guidance throughout the entire process. I'm here to help you stay on track, make adjustments when needed, and ensure you continue moving forward with consistency and confidence. Our 6-step process for your transformation. Again, the nutrition system, tailored exercise regimen, the like-minded community with relentless accountability, routine reconstruction, and direct access to me. The framework that makes success inevitable. The only way you are not going to succeed is if you simply don't put in the work. The pathway is paved for you. All you have to do is walk it. You have to put in the work and you get the results. So, the next steps, obviously, if you're an entrepreneur and you're ready to fully integrate your health without sacrificing time for your business, then book a call with me and I'll see if you're a good fit for the program, right? I've got spots every single week, but I want to make sure that you are a good fit first. If you're hungry, if you actually want it, you don't want just that six-pack abs just for the beach, just for attention, just for the girls. I don't want to help you. I do not want to coach you. I want to help the entrepreneur and the person who feels like they could become more and that their health is starting to hold them back, not just in entrepreneurship, not just with their business, but in life in general. So again, if you think you're ready, book in a call and I'll see you on the other side.